Hey, what's going on, guys? John Shea here from the No Shame Income Vlog. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about some other services that you can offer outside of just, say, going out there and offering search engine optimization. I recently had another student question come through where someone was basically curious about other services that they could be offering to business owners in the digital marketing space. So we're going to be talking about that all today. But before we dive into that, be sure to throw me a thumbs up on the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as well as hit that bell notification, as I'm going to be releasing new videos each and every week. As well as if you guys go back and actually leave me a comment on the video, I'll be sure to come back and reply to your comment. So without further ado, let's dive into today's video. All right, guys, so as I said, I had another student question recently come through, and I thought this was a really good one because I'm sure, as many of you know, if you've watched many of my past videos or if you followed me on, maybe you've taken one of my courses, anything like that, this has been a pretty big, discussion point is really what services do you offer, right? So a student recently asked me, services and brief introduction to them. What kind of services are there other than SEO? You mentioned Google AdWords. What are other services being offered in the digital marketing space? So I kind of wanted to go over probably the most common, and I'll talk even a little bit about some other services that you could potentially offer. And definitely going into this, I think the biggest part of coming into the digital marketing space and going out there and offering services is to really get very specific with who you service and what kinds of services you offer, right? So I have seen many agencies go out there and try to literally do everything. They're like, hey, I do Google AdWords, I do Facebook ads, I do SEO, I do web design. They're like literally saying they can do it all, and I could almost guarantee you if they're saying that, they probably don't do all of those things very well. In many cases, unless they're a very large agency with lots of employees and just a lot of manpower to be able to go out there and perform all of these things and do it efficiently, it's very unlikely as like a small agency owner, a consultant, a freelancer, that they're going to be able to efficiently do all of these things. Now, even as someone like myself, I've actually gone out there and learned a little bit about all these different topics, but as much as I could say, hey, I could go build an AdWords campaign, I actually don't take clients to do AdWords because I'm not that confident in that as a skill. Like, I don't really feel like that's something I'm good at. There's other people who could do it better than me. If clients come to me and ask for it, I actually refer them out to other people. So with all that being said, let's kind of go over some of the services and we'll talk a little bit more about them and how you could, utilize these services to start making some money online. So the first service, again, as we talked about, is Google AdWords. And this is basically a form of paid advertising. If you go search on Google, let's just say you were looking for a local place to adopt a cat or something like that. I don't know, it's random. You might see some ads show up from like the local shelter saying, hey, here's where you can adopt a cat, or a website where you could find cats to go and adopt, right? So you can actually go to Google and spend a specific amount of money with Google and bid on specific keywords. So instead of trying to do SEO and get your stuff to show up high in the search engines and on the first page, you could actually just pay Google based on what that keyword is valued at. And they kind of do it on like almost an auction style. So if you were going and bidding on like terms for like a lawyer, you could be potentially paying upwards of literally $100 just to get a single click. But in other niches, you might only pay like $3 to get a click. So it really depends on the industry you're getting into, but this is something that it requires a lot of time and energy. You have to build really good landing pages. You have to know how to do split testing, whether or not that's trying out different like copy that you're using in your ads. You have to be really on the pulse with bidding on different terms and, basically staying on top of this stuff all the time, and really good, more or less having a good tracking system in place to know whether or not if you spend $10 on ads, are you making $20 in return based on the money that you put into Google ad spend. So this is a pretty big topic in of itself. There's a lot of agencies that do this. It's something that's really easy to white label. So in my opinion, there's plenty of other people who've been doing this for many, many years that are probably a lot better at it if you're just trying to start this for the first time. And depending on how you want to approach it, maybe you're a numbers guy, this could be something really good to get into. The next form of advertising is Facebook ads, which I'm sure, as many of you know, is very popular. Again, similar to AdWords in a sense, but you're now trying to find people like based on specific interests and kind of take them away from their normal like watching funny videos on Facebook feed to now seeing your ad and then deciding to click on that ad and then engage, whether or not that's to buy a product or to get them to sign up and get your ebook or go to an event. It's a little bit different in the sense of how you approach trying to get people and how you target people, but it's very, very powerful because you literally have billions of people on Facebook that you can go after for your products and services. Email marketing is another really popular one. I've actually seen some agencies that have had a lot of success by simply going out there and getting people to go sign up for an email marketing tool. In fact, I met one of the most successful agencies they were basically one of the biggest constant contact affiliates in the world. They were literally making well over I think it was close to $10,000 just from all the customers that they had signed up for constant contact. Now beyond that, they could manage their email marketing campaigns. This could be writing their emails for them, formatting them, doing graphics for their emails, setting up automation sequences and building them out. So maybe they're working with a software company and someone signs up for a trial of that software. You could now build and charge a company to have a 7-day email sequence go out to that trial customer and try to convince them to move forward with, hey, let's now sign up and go into a paid pricing plan. So there's a ton of stuff you can do with just email marketing alone. You could even go into little sub niches. You could go out there and say, hey, I'm going to do email marketing for e-commerce businesses in the beauty space, right? Just doing that alone, you could probably find a ton of opportunity to go work with lots of brands and really help them with their business and their email marketing, which is going to be a huge source of revenue. Because email marketing is typically used for sales, right? People want to be able to engage with their customers to get them to buy more of their products and services. So this is an extremely powerful service that you could literally just spend all of your time figuring out and helping business owners with. And I think it's something that isn't going away anytime soon, that's for sure. The next is web design, and obviously this really varies. I've worked with clients that I've charged anywhere from $500 to say $500 upwards of $4,000 or $5,000 for doing web design. You can actually go out there and find clients that, believe it or not, in 2019 and beyond will likely either not have a website at all or simply just need probably a newer website and need something a little bit more modern. And this is a service you can charge a lot of money for. There's a lot of people out there that you can outsource this to. I particularly like to do some of the work myself because it just makes, I kind of like doing it. And traditionally, I build a lot of WordPress sites. It's really easy to do. And I've done it for a ton of local contractors in my area where I'll basically charge them $1,000, and it's something I could literally build out in a matter of a few days. So it's really easy to make money on. It isn't hard to do, and it's something that a lot of people still need. Another big thing that's kind of come about over the last few years has been chatbots. Whether or not you're doing these with Facebook or there's third-party tools that you could actually install on a website. I recently installed one of these for a client of mine. So I'll even give you guys an example. Let me see if I'll pull this up just to show you. This wasn't even done with Facebook. I thought I'd give you guys an example of this. I'll pull this up live so you guys can actually see it. So you can see there's a little chat bubble here on this site. It says contact us, and if you click on this bubble, it pops up this whole chatbot that starts a conversation. And if I start typing in, hello, thanks for contacting us, my name is Jill, may I have your name? And this bot actually has all this automation built into it where now I can pick a service that I'm looking for with this company, and it will eventually ask for my name and email. So if you were to just do this one service alone, right, you could go out to business owners and literally just start offering this and helping them build these little bots to help them engage with their customers and charging them a flat fee or maybe a monthly fee to manage it, set it up for them. It's a really nice little add-on service, or potentially something that you could focus on quite a bit depending on what you want to do. Some other services that you could get into would be conversion rate optimization. This is a little bit more advanced, but when you're visiting a site, right, if we go back to our audio answer site, for example, I'm on this site right now and I may be trying to click on this big banner. I might be going down and clicking on these buttons, and there's basically things that potentially could be done to the site to get someone to potentially turn into a customer faster, maybe getting a lead or getting them to submit a form, maybe go through a questionnaire. There was a company I worked with many years ago that actually was selling these coffered ceilings, they're very advanced ceiling styles, for kind of luxury homes. And they had this super long questionnaire, right? So to do conversion rate optimization for a site like that, we would be trying to get them, to come to the site and then fill out this questionnaire to learn a little bit more about how we can get a quote for them and get them basically the right fit for their style, whatever it is they're looking for. And we would bring them through this whole sequence. So by doing conversion rate optimization, we were able to find out that we didn't really have this form on the front end of the site. And by changing things around just on the site itself without getting more traffic or more visitors, they were able to increase the leads, pretty much double the amount of leads they were getting just because of changing the design of the site and the way that we tried to get leads. based on people visiting that site. So that's a really awesome topic that you can get into, because it's something that you can charge a lot of money for, and there's some really amazing tools to go out there and do this. But again, a little bit more advanced. If it's something that you wanted to focus on, you could definitely be spending all of your time just on that one service alone. Another thing is content creation. This is, again, literally a limitless service that people are always looking for new content for their blogs and their websites. And I know people that literally run content agencies where all they do is manage a team of writers, and that's literally all that they do. So this is another big service, very popular, always in demand, and something that you can get paid a lot of money for depending on the types of content that you're creating. Graphic design is another service that, of course, you could offer, very popular on places like Fiverr. And there's people out there who will charge literally an arm and a leg to have really good graphics done, whether or not it's logos or designing websites, doing mock-ups, things like that. Very popular. I've never been a graphic design person myself, so I was never really into this. I skipped the shop class in high school. It just wasn't a big thing for me. So it depends on the type of person you are, but if that's something you're into, then you can make a lot of money by going out there and offering this in the digital marketing space. Another one that's kind of interesting is website speed improvements. This is one that you could go out there and actually optimize sites to become faster when they load. When people visit these sites, you know, how could we come to a site and say, hey, we could take these big images and shrink them down into lower file sizes. Maybe there's like different pieces of code in the site that could be optimized, plugins that you can install, security stuff that you could be doing with the site, which is kind of almost a separate topic in of itself. But again, very critical to having success when it comes to, you know, really just getting a lot of this stuff moving for customers. I just recently had a customer that had a virus on their website, so I had to pay someone to come in and fix that problem, and that's something that is commonly happening to a lot of websites now all over the internet all the time. So hopefully you guys liked a lot of the things I brought up here today. This is really just kind of a glimpse into some of the services that you could be offering. What I would suggest leaving this is definitely, if you do decide to get into digital marketing, really only pick one or two of these things and just focus on them. I would not try to do all of them. Of course, there's even more things that you could look into, like building mobile apps, and there's all kinds of different things that you could offer. It's really just sticking to one or two things, getting really good at them, finding a niche that you can go and work with, and then spending that time to get to a position where you're basically able to repeatedly offer that service and scale it by adding more and more clients. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to check the link below. I'm going to leave a download link to go grab my ebook on how I actually go out and get clients. And you could really apply the method I'm going to talk about in the ebook for getting any of these types of clients. Doesn't matter what service you're offering. And if you guys are looking for a little bit more help, maybe you need like, hey, I need some accountability, I need coaching, I have no idea what I'm doing, then I will actually have the ability for you to go ahead and book a 45-minute call with me, and I can learn a little bit more about your current situation, what your goals are, and see if it's something I can help you really start growing with your own business. If you're just starting out, or maybe you're struggling to scale up your sales and really just get your business going in such a way that you're working on your business and not in your business, then I can definitely help you, and you should set up a call with me. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.